Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to paint a cactus. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It's a really cute painting that you could do for Mother's Day. If you end up doing it, just, take a picture and I would love to see them. Bye guys, have a good one.
So, what you're going to need is a canvas. It doesn't really matter what size you want to use, but just one that you'll be happy painting with. So the first color we're going to use is like an aqua green color, or at least that's what I used. If you want to use a different color, you totally can. Just make sure the background's not green or black. And also alongside of this, you're going to need different sized paintbrushes. This one was like a large flathead paintbrush. It's just easier to paint the entire canvas on. And you want to make sure you cover the entire thing and the sides, just because it looks a lot better if everything's painted one color. You're also going to need a little cup of water too on the side, just so you can rinse off your paintbrushes when you're not using the colors anymore. Once you cover the entire canvas in paint, you just want to let it dry before you try to paint anything else on top of it. So once it's dried, you're going to get a black paint and you're going to use a relatively thin brush just so you can make sketch marks on the canvas. If you use too big of a brush, it's going to look very blotchy, so you want to use something that's a little bit thin. And don't be afraid to mess up. I mean, if you don't like the lines that you created, you could always take the paint that you used for the background and paint over it again until you're happy with it. So you want to first draw the bottom of the cactus, so it's going to be the pot. And again, it could be whatever color you want. I chose black just because I really like the way green looks over black, but if you don't like that color, feel free to change it. And you want to make sure you paint the entire pot black. Now you want to take a dark green color, and this is when we're actually going to draw the cactus. So again, another thin brush, or you can rinse off the thin brush you were using for the black and just make sure there's no black on it anymore. So when you paint the middle of the canvas, some of the black might blend into the green paint, and that's okay, honestly, because it creates a natural shadow in the cactus. So it doesn't matter if it starts to blend, so don't worry about it. The only thing you'll have to do after you paint the cactus is paint over it again, because the paint might be too thin. So if you want it to be like a dark green, you're gonna have to do like at least 2 coats. But as you can see, I'm drawing different circles on each side of the cactus, and it just gives it a different shape and movement. You don't have to do exactly what I did. Feel free to be creative and make different circles on other sides of the cactus, but this is just what I did. As you can see, some of the colors I kind of muted on the camera. I'm trying to use a flashlight to show you the exact colors because my kitchen light is kind of dim. But we're going to need a dark green and a white. And what we're going to do is we're going to create lighter shades in the cactus. Also, you're going to need that thin brush too, because we're painting within the cacti again. So we're going to mix that white and the green, and it's going to be a lighter green. Depending on the shade you want, you could choose however light you want the green to be. I wouldn't make it too light because then it'll stick out too much. But, you know, like a medium green is good. And so you're going to paint it pretty much within the circle of the cactus. It doesn't have to be the whole thing because you don't want to take away the shadows from it. So it's just kind of acting like a highlight on it. And you're going to do that with all the circles that you drew. So just have a tiny bit of green right in the center of each circle. Now we're going to need the color white again, and what we're going to do with the white is we're going to make the designs on the flower pot. So you're also going to need a thin brush again for this, just so the designs can be very crisp. And so you're going to start off making like a little highlight at the top of the pot. Again, it depends on you. You can make whatever design you want on it. This is just what I did. Feel, free to be as creative as you want. I did a few circles at the top, and then I felt like drawing some crisscrosses in the middle of it just to give it some sort of a different design. But again, it's all up to you and what you want to do. And for the white, you're probably going to need a second coat again. So once this dries, feel free to go back over the white so it doesn't look very like translucent, because you don't really want to see the black poking through it. Unless you like that style, then feel free to do that, but this is just how I do it. Now we're going to take the black paint again, and we're going to use a thin brush because now we're going to add the texture to the cactus. So you just want to do really tiny circles going all the way down, and that kind of acts like the prickliness on the cactus, so it gives it some texture, which is really nice. And you want to do that to all the circles that you drew. Next, you're going to need another thin little brush, and we're going to need the color white. The reason being is we're going to do little white highlights right above the black circles that you just painted on, just because it gives it more depth and again more texture to the cactus in general. And you want to do that for the whole thing, just as you did with the black dots. So now we're going to take a red paint and we're going to make little flowers on the cactus. And again, you can kind of make them wherever you feel like. I just decided to put it on all four corners. But to make the flower easily, you can just do little dots. And again, I wanted to make it even, so I did it on all four sides of the cactus, but you can do it however you want. You can make the flowers bigger, you could add more flowers, you could change the color. I personally just like red on the green. You don't have to do that. And then once you're done with the flowers, you're going to take that yellow paint that I showed in a thinner brush, and you're going to put some yellow right in the middle of the flowers. Again, if you don't like that color, feel free to switch it. This is just what I felt like doing. And so at least when you add the yellow in the center of the flowers, it gives it more depth and it looks more like a flower. And yeah, so that's how the cactus came out. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and again, let me know if you end up painting it. I would love to see your creations. Have a good one, guys. Bye.